injury update, both Dorians, so Dorian Williams and Dorian Strong will not practice, and they will be out for the game. And then TJ Sanders will not practice. The rest of the guys will practice, and for TJ and for the rest of the guys that are practicing, we'll see where it goes. Take it one hour at a time at this point.
Did TJ's injury happen in practice yesterday?
He's been dealing with it a little bit, and it just kind of flared up at this point, so we just got to see where it's going to take us.
And Dorian Strong's, was that practice yesterday, or?
No. Don't really know. I can't really, I mean, a little bit maybe from this past weekend's game, maybe something before that. So there's some, we got to look into that. We're looking into that some more. So I don't really have great clarity on it for you right now.
I was talking to Dion yesterday, and I asked him about, you've set a standard since you've been here about winning the division and treating division games with the, proper intensity that they deserve. And I asked him about how you set that tone in a week, and he said it really doesn't start in a week. It starts back at the beginning of the spring. Like, do you think just like putting that in your team from the beginning helps when you get to the week so you don't have to kind of ramp it up?
Yeah, I would hope. I mean, I think you guys know me enough that I'm about consistency and consistent approach. So yes, trying to make the league make sense to the young players, and then how we do things early on. It makes these types of weeks easier from a messaging standpoint, I would say, where you don't have to really address that as much.
And Sean, with Matt and Ed both getting back to practice this week, how have they kind of looked as they've been onboarded back into the practice?
Yeah, they've looked good. They have. They're both, extremely competitive, and they go out to practice every day and they work hard, and it's good to have both of them out there practicing again for sure.
With Dorian Strong out, how helpful is it to have guys like Cam Lewis, Jamarcus Ingram, who have that versatility, and you can just bring those guys in as necessary if needed?
Cam's not as much of an outside guy, but to your point, J-Mark is, and J-Mark's played both inside and outside in this case. So yeah, that helps.
Sean, kind of along the same lines with Dorian Strong. I know we're rotating him in just to get a young guy some look with Trey. But through 4 weeks now, just your thoughts on just what you've seen from Trey as he's been getting acclimated back to this defense.
Yeah. Again, you look back at where he was a year ago or a year plus ago, even into the time where he left us, with the injury, and then everything that, all the plays that he had since then. And, he's done a real good job, and he's worked extremely hard. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't come back from those injuries. And I'm not surprised that Trey, that he's been able to do what he's done, just because he works so dang hard. Football's important to him. And, you got to have the right type of DNA to do that, and he certainly has it.
James Cook named AFC Offensive Player of the Month yesterday. I know Josh Allen will steal a lot of the offensive headlines, but how cool is it to see James kind of get that shine at a league-wide level for what he brings to the offense?
Oh, yeah. So I announced it to the team yesterday during the day, and I kind of paused because I think when most people hear AFC Player of the Month, they're used to it being Josh, and rightfully so. And but Josh, I'm sure, felt just as happy to have James get it too, and that's the unique thing about Josh and how he's such a great teammate, but also we're all happy for James. There's a lot that went into that, and on James's end, and coaches have done a great job, and then just everyone involved in our running game and how much pride they take in it. Really cool to see.
How was James's speech?
Yeah, you got Derek laughing even. That's great, man. Like you would expect. Yeah, like you would expect. We're working on that with him. But it's he is who he is, and I think the guys love that about him, and I do too. So it makes for fun moments.
How have you seen Ronald Curry help Josh over the year and a half or so that he's been with him?
Yeah, Ronald's done a really good job. We call him RC. So when I say Ronald, I'm like, who am I even talking about? But you talk about a legend now as a player, as an athlete. But what I've come to know and learn and love is who he is as a coach too. He's been a great addition to our staff, and his rapport within our offensive staff with Joe and then now the quarterbacks is top notch. And those that can see the game through the eyes of the helmet have an advantage. Whether you've played like he has or whether you haven't played, you've got to be able to see the game through the eyes of the helmet, because that's how the players see it, and he does a phenomenal job of adding that wisdom to our staff.
You had a lot of
Really good games with Vrabel when he was in Tennessee. Have you seen, getting the tape on this week, characteristics of him in this Patriots team in 2025?
Oh yes, for sure. Yeah, and it doesn't take long. I mean, Mike's he's played at a high level. He's coached at a high level. His personality is such that it's impactful and in a positive way, and you can see the imprint right away in terms of how they play and what they're all about.